brought forward from the Epstein files. And I got to tell you again, this is really creepy. It seems like from the emails that Epstein and his friends were hunting Black people. Not exaggerating, not joking around. This is wild and crazy. And this is also important because it was just announced by the United Nations that they are saying that the crimes that happen that are displayed in the Epstein files are now a crime against humanity. It was just announced recently by Rokana. UN human rights experts just concluded the Epstein files may have crimes against humanity. This is a big deal, guys. Check this out.
United Nations human rights experts just finished a review of the 3.5 million documents that the Department of Justice released because of Thomas Massie and my Epstein Transparency Act. What they found is genuinely revolting. They found instances of sexual slavery, of forced disappearances, of torture. They concluded that it could be, quote, crimes against humanity. And they said that the Department of Justice did not comply with the law and had excessive redactions. That is why today I'm calling for three things. First, the Department of Justice must set up a special prosecution committee to go after those in the Epstein files that are accountable. Second, the Speaker must set up a select committee to have Epstein hearings where every person who went to that island is called in towards Congress and testifies. And finally, we must have the full release of the Epstein files, not protecting the predators, but protecting survivors.
Hey, and let's remember, we don't even get this far had it not been for those three working together on this. They really didn't want to release any of this information, guys. So this is what I said, like when you have people that are willing to come forward and to fight. So here is one of the emails. This is wild. Look at this, guys. So what it says here, apparently Epstein goes to a party to hunt ends, as he quotes. There are screenshots here. I had to blur out this image, obviously. But this email is October 2016 from Jeffrey Epstein. Thanks, thrilling hunt. Ariane de Rothschild. Here we go with the Rothschilds again. Going to mean Lana's party now to hunt. Guess what? There ends. You can see it right here. That was from January 1st. And it says, guess what? There ends, the N word. Snipe hunt is over. Moon crickets in field bag. What were you talking about, Jeff? Remember, Maria Farmer said this group of people was incredibly elitist and incredibly racist. People are asking questions now. They're like, were they hunting people? Maybe some of those movies tried to tell us things a long time ago. There were movies about this. There's a movie coming out about this recently. Looks like in the next couple of months, about rich people hunting people. I can't remember the name of the one movie, but someone can probably tell me in the chat. Do you remember the movie with Ice-T, rapper Ice-T, turned actor at that point? He went with a group of friends to hang out in the wilderness, and they said they were going hunting, but he didn't know that they were actually talking about him, that he was the person, he was what was going to be hunted, not actual animals. Does anybody remember the name of that movie? Someone will probably tell me in the chat, but yeah. And I've been wondering for a long time. Skylar, surviving the game. Thank you. I've been wondering about this for a long time. We know there was a really popular show just recently, which wrapped up, called Squid Game. And watching Squid Game, watching all these people that are in debt have to compete for money only to find out that they are going to be killed if they lose the game. You know, I really started thinking about that. And I'm like, what if there is rich people on some island somewhere that's rounding up poor people that are in debt and saying, hey, you can play this game. And if you win, you get millions and millions of dollars and you can take care of your debt. And if the people lose the game, they're actually killed. How do we know? Jeffrey Epstein had a whole damn island trafficking people for years. How do we know there isn't something like that? I almost kind of feel like sometimes Hollywood may be trying to tell us these things. So you'll see this clip here. This guy, his voice is kind of funny, just to forewarn you, but this guy was flipping out about it. Check it out.
So apparently, Epstein emails expose disturbing parties for hunting black people. These motherfuckers, not only did they have to traffic children, rape them, beat them, murder them, torture them, drink their blood to maintain youthfulness, literally cause most of the bad things happening on Earth now. All these world events like 9/11 and so many other fucked up things, and poisoning our food. But now, according to the emails, they had hunting parties to kill black people. This is not a fucking conspiracy theorist, guys. Bro, I will show you the emails. Going to Mean Lana's party now to hunt, right? You're probably thinking, oh, they're probably just hunting animals. Wait for it. Guess what? They are. Yeah. So they were essentially hunting black people on Epstein's island, on top of raping kids, torturing kids, murdering kids, kidnapping children. And then he has the fucking audacity to say, thanks, thrilling hunt. This was 2016, guys.
2016. Yeah. And then they have it in email. Baby Love said, Jesus. Yeah. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, when people say, what do all these rich people do with their time? Honestly, this would not surprise me if these things were actually happening, because I do feel like maybe Hollywood has been trying to tell us a little, on the low key. Watch the movie Eyes Wide Shut. If you haven't seen it, now's a good time to watch it with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, where they're telling you about these elite societies and these rituals that they have. Maybe they've been trying to tell us.
2016. This was not the night. This was 2016. 2016. The peak of SoundCloud era. Way more recent. Oh, it was 10 years ago. This was way more recent than you guys think it was, bro. They've been doing, this is not old news. And the thing is, they're still doing stuff like this to this day. And they have been doing stuff like this since biblical times, since colonization, since slavery, since the Industrial Revolution. What makes somebody, what is in somebody's bloodline to make you hate somebody so much because of the color of their skin? What did black people do to you guys? What did black people do to you guys? Please tell me. What did they do? Nothing. Nothing. You know what it is? It's deeper than jealousy. It's deeper than racism. It's deeper than hate or envy or hatred or anger.
Hit that like button and subscribe.
I don't feel like cooking today, so I'm trying 2 meals from Cook Unity to see if they're actually worth the hype. And first up, we're starting with this mission-style chicken burrito.
People have been wondering that too. Listen, nothing would surprise me nowadays. Nothing would surprise me nowadays. Quinn said evil and satanic. Like I said, you never know. Hey, listen, there's all kind of things going on. Megan Fox said so herself, actress Megan Fox. She said a while back that her and what's his name, Machine Gun Kelly, that they drank blood. She wasn't even trying to hide it. You don't know what people are doing behind closed doors. We don't know what these people have been doing. But it's sick. This is what I was saying. The emails, the files are not just about the trafficking. It's about some other stuff too. And honestly, I think when it comes to Donald Trump and he was like, my friends could get into trouble, I think he might have been more concerned about some of this other stuff.
You're hunting black out of everybody. You didn't even hunt Latinos. Well, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
We don't know.
Black people are the main ones. And people wonder all the time, why do I always speak about black people? For shit like this. They're the main ones. They're the main ones getting targeted by demons. The movie Get Out was not just a metaphor or a symbol for racism. They were literally, because remember, they put the truth in movies and the fake in real life. They were literally telling us what they do to black people on these islands, even like from slavery to now. They still do this shit on these rich ass islands, in these underground temples. I'm telling you, they still do this shit, bro. The colonizers and the demons are still here amongst us to this day.
Listen, let me say something to you. What about all these people that go missing and are never found? What happens? Does everyone remember Elizabeth Smart, I think was her last name? Remember Elizabeth Smart? Remember she was missing for, I think, about a year? Teenage girl at the time. This guy came and took her out of her parents' home. And he was a part of some crazy kind of cult or whatever and stuff like that. Like these people that now, luckily for Elizabeth, she made it back home. But what about all the other people that are missing, and you never hear about these people again? When I was a kid, they used to put missing kids' faces on milk cartons. Eventually they stopped doing that. It's rough being a millennial. We saw some things. But when you see all these pictures of these people that have gone missing, what happens to those people? How do we know that those people aren't trafficked? We don't know. If you look even further at some of the other things in the files too about this, look at what they said about the Black Congressional Caucus. This just goes to show you just how evil these people were. This is a conversation between Jeffrey Epstein and his brother, Mark. This is in 2014. You remember Gene, the black guy that's worked for me for decades? On Monday, I hosted a reception here for about 40 people. 15 were members of the Black Congressional Caucus. They came to New York to attend a Humpty Dumpty program at the UN. Yesterday, I told Gene, who was over the house the night before. He said to me, "You should have invited me. I would have put on a suit and tie. I know how to handle them. I would have came in and said, 'Hey there, ends.'" Do you guys think Gene actually really said that? Or you think that was Epstein's chance to use that word and show how racist he is? Also, this reveals something else. Who were the members of the Congressional Black Caucus that went to go go hang out with Epstein. Dun, dun, dun. We have another one here. A leaked email. In this leaked email, Jeffrey Epstein discussed genetically engineering Black people to make them smarter. Guys, I can't even make this up if I wanted to. This is from Joshua Bach to Jeffrey Epstein. Notice how they redact some names, but not others. Some thoughts I meant to send back for a long time. No worry, if I understand correctly, you are suggesting there are layers, I through N. Let's call them L1, and I think that's LA, hard to see there. There are times, TL through TN. And then conjuncture, that changing the time, correlations by genetic switch or other method, you might be able to make Black smarter by changing the time for motor layer development and changing the time for other layers. Like telomeres for the cell are the equivalents for their layers. As you talked about, culling the unused neurons in each layer. They're talking about genetically engineering Black people. It's almost like the movie Get Out was really trying to let you know. And it goes on more here. This part about the brains. Listen to this. Exactly. I looked up the stats. Black kids in the US have slower cognitive development and never catch up, which the study, of course, attributed to social factors without any evidence, and they had faster motor development. I suspect this means their brains are slower at learning high-level concepts. You see how they were? And by the way, again, Congressional Black Caucus members were hanging out with this guy, apparently, according to the emails. Maria Farmer was right. We go on to see here, Jeffrey Epstein talks about turning Blacks into chimps. Here's an email here from September.
Simparica Trio protects against 3 categories of parasites.
Power of disease. Intestinal worm.
This drug class has been associated with neurologic side effects, including seizures. Use with caution in dogs with or without a history of these disorders. Don't just protect, triple protect.
I didn't think shingles would make me miss days of work. I was wrong.
September 2017 between Jeffrey Epstein and David Grossoff. Blacks turn into chimps. It's amazing to see. This is where they're coming from, talking about survival mode, where David says here, the survival mode in quotes in the headline will be replaced with survival mode, not in quotes. Do you have an idea what happened to your staff and how they are doing? P.S. Solar powered batteries and ham radio in portable rigs clearly ought to be more deployed in the Caribbean. And he responds with, blacks turn into chimps. It's amazing to see. What the hell? This one here from Jeffrey Epstein, they redacted who he sent this to. This was 2014. Sad news. CNN reported today that Walt Disney's new film called Jet Black, the African-American version of Snow White, has been canceled. All of the 7 dwarfs, listen to this, dealer, stealer, mugger, forger, drive-by, homeboy, and shank have refused to sing hi ho, because they say it offends black prostitutes. They also say they have no intention of singing It's Off to Work We Go. This is what he really thought. This is who they're really trying to protect. And again, I told you guys, Israelis, they believe this shit too. They believe this, superiority or whatever. Now, at one point, when he was called out about this in this interview with Steve Bannon, who's another one who's facing heat right now, this is what he said to try to push back on that.
There's this argument that I reject that black people are less intelligent than white people. It's not true. We know, for example, that if I was in the forest and I had to run from the lion or figure out a way not to be eaten, and my competition is a local African, I'm the one who's getting eaten because they have the intelligence. There's this argument that
But the emails say the exact opposite. Let me tell you something about con artists, right? Like, con artists have a way of also being very charming, right? Like, they have a way of getting a message across that makes you believe them. That's how they can con people so much. And they can just lie like very easily. It just flows right off their tongue. No stuttering or anything like that. Steve Bannon is the one who did this interview. I heard MAGA's melting down at him right now. I think this woman here summed it up very well when she talks about what she saw in these files.
Y'all, these files, I am barely making it through, y'all. I am praying. There's just no way that we're walking around having an everyday normal life. There's just no way. And the amount of posts that I'm seeing on here and threads, just these specific ones, saying that nobody else except for the people that are on these platforms knows. News outlets aren't playing anything, and I don't expect them to, but I expect.
Pause it here for a second because the music, I just want to say, because she mentioned news outlets. Have you guys noticed that corporate media is in showing you some of the things that independent media is showing you from these files? Yeah.
Human beings with morality to do the right thing, look into this. Stop being fucking silent. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I feel the same way, you guys. Like, please, and I say this, please protect your children, protect yourselves. Like, it's some crazies out there, and it just, you know, Jeffrey Epstein said that in that interview with Steve Bannon. Oh no, I don't think that black people are not intelligent. But the emails, sometimes they come back. The emails show the exact opposite. And now we see that Bill Gates announced that he's not going to attend this event he was supposed to speak at. It's an international event. He decided to step down as a speaker from that. And I'm like, nah, Bill, don't run. Don't run now, Bill. Own that shit. Go to the event and speak. And when people tear you down, you stand there and you deal with that like a man. That's what you do at this point in time now. Everybody's running. I'm seeing all these people step down from positions, CEO positions that they have. Everybody is running away because they're caught. So now all of a sudden he's worried. He's concerned. Oh no. And others as well. There are sick people out there, folks. It's not just Jeffrey Epstein. Sick people. Hey guys.